Structuring the perfect goal setting session and presenting your offer. This is going to be a chunky video, so strap in. The main objective of this section is going to be understanding how to deliver an amazing goal setting session and walk through a step-by-step guide of how to present your attraction offer. So the key thing here is we're going to set these clients up ready to buy using this step-by-step process. We've spoken about your mindset towards sales and also the buying psychology in the gym. Our next step is to talk about how we structure a goal setting session from start to finish. Your goal of this session is to make them see the road ahead is tough and show them that the program removes the pain of their journey. You also want to create urgency to sign up. So this is not a free workout. This is a structured conversion process. Your aim is to create urgency. So for example, I only have 10 spots left. Get a refundable deposit. So if they win, they get money back or put towards another month. If they don't win, they have a spot secured. And fill up your calendar before you even announce the winner. So we're going to go through how to do all these things in the step-by-step process. Step 1. Pre-framing. I recommend sitting down with the client at the start of the session and having a 5 to 10 minute chat about them and their goals. In this chat, you need to set the scene. You tell the client what will happen in the session and the overall objective. So before the session, so when you sit down, you say, today is about seeing if the program is a good fit for you and helping you understand what you need to do to achieve your goal. This sets authority and a clear outcome for the session. In this initial sit-down conversation, you also want to find out a few other things. Their goal and the emotional connection behind it. We've already had a quick chat about this at the start. So what is their goal? Why is this their goal? And how long have they wanted to start this journey? Or how long have they been on this journey? Their triggers to ask for help. So why now? So what happened to make them ask for help? Is there a timeline? Wrong use of that. Is there a timeline for them to achieve their goal? So these are the first few things: their emotional connection to their goal and the triggers to why they ask for help, and barriers to achieving their goal. So have they been working on this goal for a while? What has stopped them from achieving it? What do they think will be a barrier in the future? So these, specifically these barriers to achieving their goal, these will probably form the majority of your objections when it comes to presenting the offer. So this is a good bit of information to find out at the start, so you can start formulating a way to overcome those objections, which I'll teach you how to do near the end. So yeah, recap: emotional connection to their goal, their trigger to ask for help, so why now, and barriers to achieve their goal. So asking open questions is key here. So you want to avoid yes or no answers. So an open question being a question that prompts a open answer and avoids a yes/no response from that client. So a good example here is, do you like blue? Is a closed question because the answer is yes or no. Whereas what is your favorite color is an open question because that then prompts an open response like, my favorite color is blue or green or red, whatever. So what, where, when, why, how are your open questions. So this is very specific to your niche, your goal, your problem, the goal they're trying to achieve, the person sat in front of you. So this needs to be a flowing thing that you practice over time and just find out the key questions that work for you to find out this information. So just use these open questions to get as much information as you can in that first 5 minutes. Step 2, diagnose and deliver a quick win. So I recommend running some kind of assessment to diagnose any of the issues that can showcase your skills and understand the client further. This also gives you the opportunity to fix something instantly and link to the client's goal. So what I mean here is, once you've had that 5 minute sit down, you then head to the gym floor. I would start with some form of assessment like functional movement screenings, like strength tests, fitness tests, anything like that, that will help you highlight any mobility issues like squat depth, shoulder positioning, like breathing techniques, these sorts of things. Like, can you uncover any issues that may be linked to their current goal, and then provide a quick win to overcome those things in that session. Your objective here is to overcome a challenge. So it's uncover a challenge that links to the goal and makes them feel some improvement immediately. So example here is like overhead shoulder movement. So if you've uncovered they've got a bit of a shoulder mobility issue, can you give them a quick win, a bit of a movement, a bit of a stretch to help open up their shoulders a bit more and give them that quick win? You've noticed that their breathing technique is poor when lifting weights, so can we coach them through breathing techniques to help improve their ability to lift? So these are really quick and easy wins that can link to the client's goal and to show your authority and show your skill set. So functional movement screenings are great, or compound movement tests are also great as well for these sorts of things. So for example, if the goal is to lose weight, but we discover that they have poor mobility, which will hinder their ability to lift weights, we can highlight this and then offer some quick wins and education around this area. This is very specific to the niche and the problem that you have chosen, so you will need to use your initiative to figure out what challenges to focus on in your goal setting session. So when you've done the challenge solution activity, I would hope that you've uncovered like actual physical challenges that these people might be facing, and you've got some form of solution ready. But this is something you can do really easily. You should be able to do this as a personal trainer. You should be able to highlight challenges and overcome them on the fly, because that's pretty much what your job is. But yeah, have a think about what the best form of assessment to do that links to your specific problem and your niche, and then have a big list of ways to overcome the most common challenges that are going to come with this problem. And then that's the first thing you want to do when you hit the gym floor, is just give them a quick win and a bit of a confidence boost. During the workout phase of the session, I would also recommend you gather more information about the client. So just when you're chatting to them, you doing the personal side of the personal trainer role, just speaking to them in general, finding out about their work life, their lifestyle, their availability, just anything that's going to impact the product that you offer at the end. This will all make sense near the end, but just figuring out as much information as you can about their life. Have they got kids? How often do they work away? But all these sorts of things are vital pieces of information. And this isn't an interrogation. This is just you talking and asking questions and just chatting to the client as you're training. This will help you form a bigger picture of the client, which is valuable when it comes to pitching your program. And there's more on this later, like I said. Just to recap, the session itself is, I recommend starting with an assessment at the start, just to uncover some challenges and give them some quick wins and some confidence. You're then going to deliver a really cool workout around their current goal. Whilst you're doing that workout, you're chatting to them about their lifestyle, work life, availability, etc. Then when you move on to step 3, so you've just delivered an amazing session, and I recommend then sitting the client down. And you're going to recap their goals and any new challenges you have discovered, collect feedback from the session and see how they're feeling about their goal, and present your program. So by this point, after you've done that really cool assessment, you've done a really nice workout, you've had a chat at the start, you should know what's important and why, not just their basic goal. You should know what barriers they have, the objections you're going to face, and you should know their availability and relative commitment level to being coached and potentially signing up. You should have a sort of a good idea of where they're at with that. So let's talk about recapping on their goals and challenges and collecting feedback. So asking really simple questions like, after the session today, how are you feeling about your goal of X? We uncovered a few areas where you could use some support. How are you feeling about these areas? You are looking to reinforce the challenges they will face and that you are the support they need. So you've helped them see there's a bigger challenges than they first thought, and you've also then positioned yourself already as a solution and a support network for those challenges. You want them to talk about the areas you identified and where they need support, so they can feel the pain of those challenges. So asking them questions about what you uncovered and how they feel about them and how they relate to their problem, just getting them talking about these things, because it makes it more real and it builds up that urgency within the client. The more you can get them to say the challenges out loud, the more they will see the reality of their challenges. Also, at this point, talk through the suggested actions they need to take to move closer to achieving their goal. So again, these are very vague things. So how many sessions per week, but not what specific workouts or exercises to do. Calorie surplus or calorie deficit, depending on the goal, but not the specific calories to eat. High protein diet, but not the specific amount or which foods to eat. So they are quite vague. So you need to do, I recommend 4 workouts a week. You need to be in a calorie deficit and you need to be in a high protein diet. You want to highlight all of the actions that they need to take to achieve their goal. They will start to see how much they don't know and need to find out. So these are questions that then might come up. So what specific exercises should I do? How many calories per day should I eat? How much protein per day should I eat? This sets you up ready to present your program as a solution to all of these unanswered questions. So by doing this and talking about I suggest you do this, and this is their goal setting that you've given them, is these are the things you need to do to achieve your goal. They then start asking for specifics. And then that leads you perfectly into starting to present your program. Moving on to step 4, presenting the program. Once you have highlighted the pain of the challenges ahead, it is time to present your program as the solution. In this step, you will talk through how the program specifically fits their needs, create urgency to secure a spot, and look to get a refundable deposit. So how does the program specifically fit their needs? First of all, you need to ask, is it okay for me to run you through the program again, as I feel it is a great fit for you and the journey you're on? So they would have been asking you now by this point, some specifics about like their protein intake and calories, that sort of stuff. You can go, great, I can answer all that. Is it okay for me to run through the program again, as I feel it's a great fit for you, and I'll answer all these questions for you? And 99.9% of people would say yes. So talk about how the program solves their specific challenges. So this is not, you get 1 workout per week, you get a workout program, blah, 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 which is what a lot of PTs will do. So the way my system works is you get 1 workout a week, you get a program, you get nutritional guidance, and blah, blah. So it's very, very basic, and there's lists of all the features. But that's not specific to the challenges. So this is what it should look like. You mentioned you are struggling with consistency and don't know what exercises to do in your workouts. So we will train together X times per week, where I will teach you how to lift efficiently, and you also get a bespoke workout program to follow when you train alone. You also mentioned you have no clue about what food to eat. Don't worry, I've built the education you need to understand what to eat, when to eat it, and how much. You also get a bespoke nutritional guide as part of the program. There are plenty of other cool features that will get you where you want to be over the next 8 weeks, but these are the key features that I know will be perfect fit for you. So I've said the exact same thing here, but I've linked it specifically to the challenges I know that they're facing towards this specific problem. The difference here is you've listened, you've understood, and you've presented your program as a solution to the challenges they are facing. This is the key difference in how you present your program. You get 1 workout per week, a workout program, blah, 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 is just basic listing of features. This is you saying, I know exactly what challenges you're facing to this specific problem. Here are the key features that I know specifically will help you with those challenges. I hope that makes sense. This pitch will change from client to client. If you have built enough solutions during the lead generation mastery, you should be able to instantly present a solution to overcome any challenge. So when you're doing this pitch here, this is all going to change, right? So their main challenge might not be they have no clue what food to eat. So this doesn't apply, but they might have a challenge about alternative exercises or anything like that. So you have to have an abundance of solutions ready that you can build into your initial pitch. 2, 3, 4 different solutions that solve their top 3, top 4 challenges. So this is what all this work in lead generation mastery was for, to have those challenges solutions ready for this really cool pitch. So create urgency and secure a deposit. At this point in the goal setting session, the client has experienced your amazing coaching. So they've done the assessment at the start, they've done a cool workout, they've had a chat, and they've built some rapport with you. They've received plenty of amazing value from you. So from start to finish through this funnel, they would have had like PDF guides and help and advice and lots of different stuff from you, and had the true challenges of their goal highlighted. So they would have had all this leading up to this conversation you're having now, and they've also understood how your program is a solution they need. Now let's create urgency and secure a deposit. So why do we need to create urgency? If the client knows they can sign up whenever they want, then why would they bother signing up right now? If the client understands they have a limited window to secure a spot, then there is a much higher chance they will sign up for fear of missing their chance. So how to create urgency to buy? There are a number of ways to do this, and these are the top 3 that have worked for me in the past. So limited spots available, limited time frame on a discount or an offer, and a set start date. You're going to use all 3 at once in this pitch. So this pitch is deadly. So here's how you pitch to create urgency, and this follows on from the first part of the pitch that I gave you earlier. So like the back end of that pitch at the start was, there are plenty of other cool features that will get you where you want to be over the next 8 weeks, but these are the key features that I know will be perfect fit for you. Then you can follow on. I feel this program is perfectly placed to support you with your weight loss goal. I know you have entered the competition to potentially win the program for free, but I am currently only able to take on 5 more clients for the program, which I am confident will be filled by 27th of Feb when the entry window closes. The best way to secure one of these 5 spots is to put down a small deposit, which is refundable if you win the competition. The deposit is only £10, and the rest can be paid once we start on the 1st of March. How does that sound? And then you just shut up. So let them answer and let them feed any questions or objections, all that sort of stuff. Just be quiet and let them do their thing. So the key thing with this pitch here is we have specified that there's a limited amount of spots available. Take on 5 more clients. We've set a deadline subtly as well of when those will be filled by, and the set start date. So we're creating a ton of urgency with this pitch. This creates urgency, and it moves away from asking closed questions like, do you want to sign up? The amount of PTs I've seen over the years, they go, do you want PT? And the client goes, no. And they go, okay, great. Let me know if you ever change your mind. And that's their entire sales pitch. So we're moving away from, do you want to sign up, which is a closed question, to how does that sound, which opens up questions and statements from the client. You are taking the lead. You are not asking if they want to sign up. You're asking if the sign up method works for them, which is a huge shift in the dynamic of that conversation. So it's not a sales pitch. It's you describing how they sign up and asking if that method is okay. The deposit is cheap. It is low risk. It is refundable if they win. It's not refundable if they change their mind about starting. So it just removes a big element of risk for them as well. So notice in this whole pitch so far, we still haven't spoken about the price of the program or all of the features. Now, this is intentional. We want the client to ask how much the program costs. This will create curiosity in their mind and help them qualify themselves rather than you listing off features and saying the price. You should only ever mention the price when the client asks, never before. So again, the PT pitches that I've seen over the years is you get a workout per week and the workout program, blah, 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 and that all costs £150 a month. And that's their entire pitch. Do you want to sign up? It's a yes or no answer. Whereas we have subtly dropped in all the features that we know specifically relate to that person's challenges. So again, it's that emotional connection. We've then created urgency with end dates, with limited spots, and we've offered a low risk deposit to secure that spot. And then we've asked if that method of signing up is okay, rather than asking them if they want to sign up. So you should only ever mention price when the client asks, because when they ask how much it costs, it just shows they're inquisitive, that they're curious about the program. They also need to ask about other features. They also need to ask a ton of questions, which then opens up dialogue and just helps them self-qualify over the course of this conversation. Hopefully this is making sense to you at this point. Because the client's next natural move will be to ask about price, right? So you have just pitched this whole thing. How does that sound? And then you shut up. And their next natural thing is to ask, well, how much is it? Because that's when you can say, great question, thanks for asking. The program is usually $299 for 8 weeks, which aligns with my normal monthly PT prices. However, with the offer I'm currently running, it's only $149 if you secure your spot before 27th of Feb. The £10 deposit will come off your total investment on the 1st of March. And then shut up. So what we've done here is they've asked a question and we've framed it as a positive thing. Thank you for asking. That's a great question. I'm really happy you asked. The program is usually $300 for 8 weeks, which aligns with my normal PT prices. So we haven't said I normally charge £150 a month. We've said it's 300 quid for 8 weeks, which aligns with my monthly PT prices. So anyone with half a brain can figure out that 4 weeks is roughly 150 quid. So a month is roughly £150. So we've subtly dropped that information in there. So we're almost breaking that barrier down for the future upsell at the end of the 8 weeks. With the current offer I'm running, this is only $149 if you secure your spot 27th Feb. So what they're going to now start deducing is that, normally it's £150 a month for personal training services, but this guy's given me 8 weeks worth of service for the same price. That's really cool. And off your investment on the 1st of March. Again, we're not using off the payment, off the investment. So it softens the blow of paying money. It removes that. It doesn't enter the thought into their brain of having to pay money. It's an investment. So again, it's a very strategic way of pitching, and then you just shut up. So you notice here we haven't asked a question at the end of this. We haven't said, how does that sound? We've not asked a question. We just shut up and let them. Like, we're not ending with a question. We've also subtly dropped in the normal price of personal training as a reference point. So we want them then to follow up with another statement or another question. This is so the client now knows a PT usually costs around £150 a month, and this deal gets them 2 months for the same price, roughly. The client will fill the silence with questions and potential objections about the program. Answer them all and always swing back to their goal and the challenges you highlighted in the session. So here's an example. The client might follow up this with, do you know what? I tend to have trouble eating healthy over the weekends, and I just think that's going to get in the way and not make the program work for me. You then can come back because you've got a solution for everything, because you've already built them. I understand this isn't the first time I've heard this, so you're not alone. I've built a full catalog of educational content to support my clients in their journey. I have a client that had a similar challenge where they were struggling for consistency on the weekends, which is why I created the weekend nutrition video and PDF guide, which will support you through the weekends. So the key to presenting your program is make it bespoke to the client in front of you. The program features do not change. The way you present the features does. So I'm not changing what every client gets. I'm changing the way I present it to specifically fit the challenges that I know they're facing. Do not list features. Talk about 3 or 4 features that link to the challenges you identified in the session. Do not tell them the price. Wait until they ask about the price and then present it as an amazing deal with limited availability. I would highly recommend moving away from "you get these features for this price. Want to buy." That's such a poor, weak way to pitch. Start strategically feeding relevant and specific information when the opportunity presents itself from client questions. Okay. So I'm going to recap through this just one more time. And if you head to the resources section as well, all this pitch, like obviously there's different sections of this pitch scattered throughout here. There's literally a resource where it's got sales pitch on it, and it's going to have all this listed out without all the filler bits that I've got here. So it's just literally the pitch from start to finish. Don't worry. So the key things I want you to remember with this is, first of all, is the shut up bit, because a salesman's worst enemy is their own voice. You want to present a product that specifically fits the challenges that this client is facing. Once you've created the urgency, you've pitched the certain features they would work for them, you've created a bit of urgency, you then ask, how does that sound? Then shut up and let them ask questions. First question will naturally be, how much is it? You can then go on to pitch how much it costs. Again, set the end date to create a bit more urgency and position it as a fantastic deal. And then shut up and let them talk themselves into signing up or give you the objections or concerns they have, and then overcome them with the other solutions you have in the bank and circle it back to the challenges they're facing. And that is how you pitch a sale. So let's recap from start to finish. First, step 1 is pre-framing. Sit down with the client at the start of the session and have a 5-minute chat about them and their goals. In this chat, you need to set the scene, tell the client what will happen in the session and the overall objective. You also want to find out their goals and the emotional connection behind it, their triggers to ask for help, so why now, and the barriers to achieving their goals. Step 2, diagnose. Doing that a lot. Diagnose and deliver a quick win. Run some kind of assessment to diagnose any other issues like mobility, to showcase your skills and understand the client further. This also gives you the opportunity to fix something instantly. Your objective here is to overcome a problem that links to their goal and make them feel improvement immediately. During the workout phase of the session, it is a good idea to gather more information about the client, so their work life, lifestyle, availability, etc., to form a bigger picture of them. Step 3, sit the client down after the workout, recap on their goals and their challenges, collect some feedback, and then present your program. So recap on their goals and challenges and collect feedback. You are looking to reinforce the challenges they will face and that you are the support they need. You want them to talk about the areas you identified where they need support so they can feel the pain of those challenges. And then step 4, present the program. In this step, you will talk through how the program specifically fits their needs, create urgency to secure a spot, and look to get a refundable deposit. The key to presenting your program is to make it bespoke to the client in front of you. The program features do not change, the way you present the features does. Do not list features. Talk about 3 or 4 features that link to their challenges you identified in the session or in the sign-up process. Create urgency with your pitch, limited spots available, limited time frame on the discount on the offer, and a set start date. Do not tell them the price. Wait until they ask about the price and then present it as an amazing deal with limited availability. Most importantly, shut up. After you have pitched, shut up. After you answer a question, shut up. Give the client space to voice their concerns, voice their objections, and just answer them professionally with solutions you already have ready to go. Put their mind at ease And again, just keep showing them that you are the perfect solution to solve their problem. This is how you deliver a goal setting session, taster assessment, etc., to highlight the challenges the client will face in achieving their goal, how you deliver it to position you and your program as the no-brainer solution, and ultimately setting the client up ready to buy. Now, this will take practice and, as I said, some, but a lot of trial and error. Okay, once you master this, you will see a huge boost in your conversion rate, because this process sets clients up ready to buy and removes the need for uncomfortable push sales tactics. So the best way to do this is building it up piece by piece. Start with the initial conversation, master how you collect the information that you need at the start. Then once you've got that section right, move on to the physical session. Master how you highlight new challenges and offer small solutions and quick wins. And this will also help you build out more solutions over time. And then so on. And then master your initial first part of that pitch. And then master the second part when you present the price. And over time, just build on your skill set of presenting this product. And also, it's a good idea to review everything that you do. So, did they sign up? Why? What did I do to make this happen? How can I repeat this next time? They didn't sign up. Why? What did I do to stop them from happening? How can I do better next time? So this is a good way to review every single taster session you do, goal setting session, assessment, whatever it is you're using. But I would always recommend just reviewing it after every success or every failure, just so you can figure out what went well and how can I replicate that next time, what didn't go well, and what can I change to make that not happen next time. So I've put together a sales review template for you to use every time you go through the sales process. That can be found in the classroom and VIP resources. So it's something I recommend doing after every single sales process you go through, because that's how you're going to review and improve. So that concludes how to deliver the perfect goal setting session and present your offer. I'll see you on the next one where we run through guarantees. I'll see you there.